So we're about halfway through our trip in Leadville, Colorado, and we've been staying at the tiny home here in Leadville just off of the main road. And I figured now's probably a good time to give you guys a tour of it. So come check it out.
And welcome to our tiny home. Some people might be interested in learning what it's like to live in a tiny home with a cat. And here's our little kitty, Sasquatch. Yeah. Hi. She likes it. It's been a jungle gym. Every day we find her a new place. So over here we have our kitchen / dining area. This is where we've been spending a lot of our time at this table teleworking and eating our meals. And then over here we have our kitchen area, and as you can see, there are tons of cabinets for lots of storage. We have not found a reason to put anything way up here, but if you do need to get up there, there is a step ladder that you can pull out on the side of the fridge to reach all the way to the top of the cabinets. We have a pretty cute looking little fridge. It's about half the size of a regular one. As you can see, we've put a lot of food in here. Our air conditioner's up here. Hasn't been working though, so it's been a little hot. So this is our stove. It's either propane or gas. I'm not quite sure. There's a big white tank sitting out front. All of these tiny homes in this little tiny square are actually all hooked up to RV hookups. So it's kind of built the same way. But it's pretty easy. You can just light these two burners. For some reason, these two don't work. I don't know why. Then we've got our sink over here. Hot water comes out real quick. Nice window to get a breeze while you're cooking.
Hi, Squatch.
Our living room. So over here we have our couch, which underneath is a bunch of storage down here. And then if you come around this way, you can see where we've been watching TV, as well as our shoe storage and where our cat litter box goes. It's a pretty decent sized bathroom to be a tiny home. Big sink, regular sized toilet, shower is pretty large. Not big enough for two people, but good size for one person. Hot water lasts about 12 to 15 minutes, so it's just enough time to get yourself real clean. There's a little extra area where we've been storing towels and where Sasquatch has been spending most of her time sleeping. All right, next I will show you where we sleep. All right, so not too big, but enough room for you to sit up comfortably. This is a big queen size mattress. There's a little bit of extra room over here for Ryan's suitcase. All of these windows have curtains, but this is the only one that opens. And as I said that before, the AC is broken, so it gets really hot. So I think the worst setup about this is in the morning trying to get dressed. You can put on your shirt, but when it comes time to putting on your pants, you kind of gotta lay down. Or what my favorite is Ryan. So he climbs all the way down the stairs, and then he puts his pants on right here. And then climbs the rest of the way down. But this is a good area for you to stand up and actually be able to do that. Oh, another thing we do with a cat is when we travel, we bought her an air tag. So in case she runs out the door, or we are getting out at a rest stop and she runs out the door, we can always find her. So as we've been traveling a lot with the cat in the car, we found these dishes work the best. They come with these little lids, and if they're not full, you can lay them down completely flat. But if you have food in the car, you can just put this lid back on and let them snack during our rest area breaks. We typically have food out the entire time, but Sasquatch doesn't like to eat when the car is moving. She likes to eat and drink and use the bathroom when the car stops getting gas or rest area or food or whatnot. Okay, so if I lived here full time, there would be a few things that I would like to change. I think number one is this big common space could have a better setup. I think I would take the front door that's over here to our left and probably put it behind us. I think that would just open up the space a lot more. We could put the table maybe over here in the corner instead of it being backed up to the corner. It makes you feel kind of trapped and you can't move around, especially when you're trying to access the fridge.
A lot of the storage that we have here is either under the couch, which you have to lift up the seat cushion to get to, which is kind of hard, or it's above the sink up here, and that's just kind of inconvenient in general. There's no real storage up by the bed, so I think that's something that we would definitely change.
Mm-hmm. I think I would also get a tankless water here. The stand that we were using to climb up to the top of the bed is all dedicated to the water heater. And that was a lot of really great space that we could be using to store other items. Secondly, it gets really, really hot in here. We're from Alabama where we're used to like 90-degree summer days, and 72 here in Leadville is really hot.
Yeah, we're filming this on a very cool day, which is why I'm wearing a jacket.
And I'm still sweating.
Yeah, it's getting a little warm, but the jacket is necessary outside.
So one thing that we don't really have is any kind of cross breeze. This window opens up over here, which we open up the door, but then we have to put the cat on a leash because if not, she'll run out. Or there's only one window upstairs that opens up and just a window in the bathroom. But if we could create some sort of cross breeze, I think that'd be really beneficial.
They've obviously designed it to accept a lot of the heat in the winter to keep it from getting too cold. So a lot of these windows are south and west facing, and that's really good for the winter, but not so good for right now when we're trying to stay cool.
One thing I do like is how much the tiny house doesn't move when you walk around. There's been many nights where I've been sleeping and Ryan's got up to go to the bathroom and you'd think that the trailer would kind of rock around, and it doesn't. I have no idea he's got that.
Except when I run into your foot.
Yeah,
Which is
you do
pretty
have
much
to
every
crawl
night.
over me.
Overall, I think the make or break of a tiny home is having a layout that really works for you and your needs. And this one, it fits us for the time that we're going to be here, but I don't think this is what we would go with long term. But that's okay. There's someone out there that this is the perfect layout for them.
And that's our tiny home. And now back to the rest of our adventures. So some people might be interested to learn how to travel with a tiny cat in a tiny home.
Bye.